Hey there. So we're going to talk about finishing up our plan and being able to move on to the rough draft. So when we left off, we made our X plan and we were coming up with different reasons. So hopefully you've come up with your reasons by now. Mine were fun and caring. And then I used my sticky notes to help me describe my reasons on the side here and basically explain what made a friend caring or fun. Now on these top two sections here, we're going to use this top area to make our introduction, which really for this first paper is just going to be a one-sentence main idea statement. When we keep going and practicing more expository, we'll work on trying to make more exciting introductions. But for this first paper, I really just want you to understand the organization of it, how it's built, how to put it together, and then we'll work on making it better with our next paper, okay? So let's take a look at how we can make this one-sentence introduction here. So I don't have the prompt directly in front of me, but I know it was something to the effect of write about a good friend and explain what makes them special to you. So our sentence that we come up with, we want to make sure we connect it to the prompt. So I want to make sure I kind of mention something about I'm writing about a good friend. And then I also want to make sure that I connect my sentence to my two reasons here. So my sentence that I came up with, I said, a good friend is fun and caring. And I could actually move this up over to the, I'm trying to find the pointer. I can actually move this up to that top box here and write a good friend is fun and caring in the triangle spot here. Okay? Now, when I say good friend, I'm connecting good friend to my prompt, and fun and caring connect the reader to what I'm about to be writing about with my two reasons. Okay? So again, you can go ahead and write one sentence and put it in the top triangle piece over here. Now, if you want to, you can go ahead and try and challenge yourself and maybe change up some of the wording. So maybe instead of good, what if we wrote special? A special friend is fun and caring. Or you might say a great friend is fun and caring. Maybe a marvelous friend or a treasured friend. There's so many different ideas that you can use, and you can go to thesaurus.com and look up good and see other words for that. So I could say a treasured friend is fun and caring. But then what if I changed up friend and maybe said something different, like a special buddy is fun and caring, or a great pal is fun and caring. So there's a few different ways that I can go with this to make my one sentence, okay? So go ahead and pause the video and you can work on that. And then we'll talk about the last triangle space over here. Okay, so now we're going to work on the conclusion. So I'm going to be looking at this bottom area here. Now there's two parts that we're going to try and include in our conclusion. A simile sentence and an I hope or I wish sentence. So I'm going to show you in just a second what I mean by that. But basically the conclusion, we're just going to stick to something basic, two sentences, okay? So in my conclusion, I wrote, a good friend is like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. They always stick to your side. So there's my simile. I compared a good friend to a sandwich. And then my last sentence, which was either I hope or I wish we never spread apart from each other. Or I could have said, I wish we could play together every day. Anything like that. So 2 sentences. a simile, and then an I hope or I wish sentence. So go ahead and pause the video and you can start working on that. So once you're done with all 4 triangles of your X plan, now it's time to basically just put it all together. So I have my example here, and you can always just pause the video and kind of look back and forth at it, but I'm going to go ahead and read through it and just talk about a few of the pieces. So I started off by saying a friend is a treasured gem that you never want to let go of. To me, a special pal is someone who is fun and caring to be around. So this sentence right here, to me, a special pal is someone who is fun and caring to be around. That's my main idea sentence that I pulled from that top triangle. The first sentence that I added before it right here, I just decided that I wanted to make it a little bit more interesting, and I added a simile in front of that main idea. You're welcome to do that, or just go ahead and start with that top triangle, okay? And then I needed to go to, so I checked off, I did that top triangle. Now it's time for me to go to my first reason over here, which was fun. So I said, it's important to have fun in life and always laugh a lot. Every year during winter break, my friends and I get together at one of our houses and have a singing and dancing party. We turn on the Xbox and play Dance Central for hours. What makes us great friends is that we can laugh and sing together and not feel embarrassed to be silly around each other. One time I was dancing to one of the songs on the game and I tripped and fell. We all started laughing so hard that tears were running down our faces. So in this area here, I basically explained my first reason, fun, and what made fun memories. And then I said, on the other hand. Now this kind of leads the reader to start thinking, oh, we're switching thoughts. We're going to a new reason. I could have also said, also, it is important, or maybe similarly, it is important. So I chose on the other hand. Either one would work. On the other hand, it's also important that we are caring towards each other. When my best friend and I were in high school, we were both extremely nervous about taking the SATs. Sometimes we each wanted to give up, but we kept pushing and encouraging each other. To help us not be so nervous about the test, we would study together every night and quiz each other. Only a caring friend would do that for someone else. Okay? So in this spot right here, I explained my second reason. Now it's time for me to go to my conclusion box over here. So this was actually 2. So I did that 1, 2, 3, and now I'm in the conclusion, which was my simile and I hope or I wish sentence. So my simile was, friends are fun, caring, and always stick together like glue. I hope our friendship never falls apart. And there's my paper. So basically all you're doing is you're taking all the parts now and you're putting it all together. So good luck, have fun, and ask me any questions whenever you're back, okay?